Shawhan Place was the setting for the Equine Farm and Facilities Expo presented by the University of Kentucky Equine Initiative. Shawhan Place is a working thoroughbred farm that was transformed from a beef cattle operation, which made the perfect location for the Equine Expo.
We particularly like this farm because this just 3 years ago was a beef cattle farm that had run down a fair bit, and they've put it into shape of a good horse farm. And so showing that you don't have to have millions of dollars to get into horse farming. If you go about it in a sensible way, you can come up with an existing farm and convert that very readily. The facilities that we'll see here, they weren't built for show, they were built to be very practical and usable for the horse farm owner and manager.
Shawhan Place is owned by Bourbon County horseman Teddy Custer and the Cook brothers, including Charles Cook, the oldest and one of 9 UK graduates among his siblings. Cook was happy to host the Equine Expo at Shawhan Place.
Very proud to be able to host something like this, do a little bit to pay back the education that we got at the university. We can't always, when they call asking for money, we have young families and stuff, that's a little tight, but stuff like this we can do. We can sit on committees and we can go to meetings and host field days and stuff like that. We're proud to do, and hopefully some of the people here will take something away and learn something, and we'll all be the better for it.
There were many opportunities at the Expo for participants to learn from different areas.
We developed this program to be very practical. We've got a facility design. People can look at exactly how the facility here was put together. Even the builders here are here to talk about that. We're talking about successfully establishing horse pastures. In that program, we won't just talk about it, but we'll show a no-till seeder going through the field. We'll show the seed going down. We'll show the proper depth. And we've done a demonstration so we can show how we've done it properly. Dr. Bill Witt will talk about weed control basics. He'll show not just a large type sprayer you'd use in a large farm, but how you can take your ATV vehicle and put a small sprayer behind that and manage your operation. And then Dr. Mary Rosano will talk about rethinking parasite control. In essence, for a long time, people have given doses every couple of months to their horses for parasite control, and we're seeing an increase in resistance. So Mary's going to talk about how do you avoid that. Same way in the human population. We don't want to overtake antibiotics because bacteria become resistant. Same thing with the parasites. We've got the vendors here as well, and we asked the vendors to bring supplies and equipment that people could use on all sizes of horse farms.
The attention of the participants at the Expo focused on the different areas from facility design to parasite control, like this presentation from Dr. Mary Rosano.
So this life cycle I have up here, if you want to come up and look at, is actually for one of the large strongyles, but it's similar. Okay, a horse has these in its intestines. The things they're shedding eggs, and these eggs end up here. This is from my family. Okay. Need pictures. So went out in the backyard, got this. So early stages of this, the stage in the egg and the stage that first comes out of the egg stays inside this manure ball, and it's got to grow for a little bit. And then it comes out and it becomes what we call this L3, this third stage larva. And then it has a sheath around it that keeps it from being able to eat anything. So it's only got a certain amount of energy inside its body. It can't take in any more, but it's got to crawl around so that a horse is going to eat it. So it gets out into the grass. These things do very, very well in pasture. So they're going to be down in the root mat of the plants and then in the water vapor line of the grass.
People were also interested in Dr. Ray Smith's presentation on how to successfully establish and overseed hay pastures.
The packer wheel is packing it behind. And I like to say that a good rule of thumb, because usually what happens is not that people see too shallow, they usually see too deep with a no-till drill, particularly in like 2 weeks ago when it was wetter. It's actually good to see a few seed on top of the ground. That tells you that the rest of the seed is just below the soil surface. Obviously you don't want to see all the seed on top of the ground because it's not going to grow. So riding through here is just about perfect.
About 400 acres from various farms make up Shawhan Place in Bourbon County, covering every aspect of the thoroughbred industry, from breeding, foaling, training, and even boarding. Charles Cook hopes one day Shawhan Place can be as successful as another famous Bourbon County thoroughbred farm where he once worked.
very proud of the time that I spent at Claiborne and my connections to Claiborne and what we accomplished while we were there. But it's different now. It's our own business, and everything's a little different when you're getting out of bed in the morning and doing it for yourself. And we take a lot of pride in what we've accomplished so far, and we're not cocky, and the wheels could fall off at any time. It's a tough economy and a tough time to be in the business, but we're doing well, and things are going the right direction, and anything's possible.
From the University of Kentucky College of Agriculture, I'm Jeff Franklin reporting.